Are you leaving employer coverage but have concerns about how much you're going to be paying out of pocket for your medication costs? If so, then in this video I'm going to be breaking down how the formulary works, so you'll have a better understanding of how the formulary works, so that you'll know how to compare your costs when you are looking for individual coverage. Okay. And so if you are new to my channel, my name is Katrice-The. I am a licensed health insurance broker, and I am licensed in 12 states. And I'm also the founder of INSURE Black America, where the mission is to close the coverage gap in healthcare for Black Americans. And so, if you have not subscribed, if you find value, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you get notifications when I do upload a new video. And also share and like the video so that someone else may find value as well. Okay, so you're leaving employer coverage, right? And so you're looking into individual coverage, but you're like, you know what I'm saying, what do I do? You know, how much am I going to have to pay for my medications? Okay. And so the formulary is that's what the plans use, and that's a list of generic and brand name drugs that are covered by the insurance, okay, that the insurance company will cover. And so the formulary, all plans have a formulary, okay, first of all plans have a formulary unless you are looking into a plan like what is it? I just drew a blank. Unless you are looking into short-term plans. Some short-term plans have a formulary, but they're very, very limited in what they will cover, and they do not cover pre-existing conditions. So, you know, if you're taking medication and you're looking into a short-term plan, 9 times out of 10 it will not be covered. Because it's considered pre-existing. And then also like the Christian-based like Medishare plans, I don't believe those cover medications. But for the most part, individual coverage, like if you're looking to transition from employer to you know, marketplace, all of those plans do have a formulary. Okay. And so now the formulary is determined by the pharmacy benefits manager. So this is a separate department inside of the insurance company that determines what medications will and will not be covered. Okay. And so when you're looking at you know, coverage for your medications, it goes by tiers. Okay. And so most plans have like at least tiers 1 through 4. Some plans have tiers 5. Some plans have tier 6, just depending on how the formulary is set up. But basically, tier 1 is your generic medication. So the cheapest generic medications, you know, the most commonly used drugs are tier 1. And then you have your tier 2s. Those are normally it depends. Sometimes it can be brand name. Sometimes it will be the higher cost generics. Then tier 3 is normally brand name, the lower brand name. And then tier 4 is the little more expensive brand name. Tiers 5 and 6 are normally specialty drugs. And so when you get into tiers 4 and 5, the higher tiers, you normally don't have a copay. You will pay a co-insurance, which is a percentage of which is a percentage and not a set amount. So if, say, the medication you take is on tier 4 and it has a 20% co-insurance, then you would pay 20% of the retail price. Versus if it's on a tier 1 and the copay is $5, then you pay $5 for the medication no matter what the cost of the medication is. Okay. And so most of the time when you are looking at, say, over-the-counter medication, you know, like vitamins and things like that, like wrinkle cream and things like that, that type of stuff is not covered unless it is prescribed. and it has to, it's like if you can just walk into Walmart and purchase it, then even if you have a prescription, but you can get it off of the counter, then that normally is not covered. Say if you have a prescription for a cream and you can't just get it off of the counter, then it would normally be covered. Okay, so if you can get it off of the shelf, just go and get it off of the shelf, whether it has a prescription or not, then it's normally not covered because it's considered over the counter. Okay, and so now when your doctor is prescribing your medications, they don't know the formularies. Okay, they're working with so many different patients, and each patient has different plans, so they don't know. The doctor doesn't per se know what your insurance is. Okay, and so the doctor is just going to prescribe you what they feel is best, to best treat your condition, or the best, improve your condition. So they're not going to know if your insurance will cover that medication. Okay, so if a doctor prescribes you something and it's not covered, you want to always call your insurance company to see if it's covered. Now, if you're working with an agent or a broker such as myself, you can call your broker and be like, hey, my doctor is prescribing this. Can you tell me can you let me know if it's covered under my insurance? And if it's not, can you, is there an equivalent to, what I'm saying, what he's covering, what he's prescribing that is covered. Okay, and then you can let your doctor know. Okay, you can either do that, or you can call the insurance company, the pharmacy part on the insurance company, and they will let you know. Also, your pharmacist will also be able to tell you what's covered, and they will be able to give you an equivalent because they will know. Okay, and so if you are on a medication that is not covered, right? There are some ways to get medications covered. It just depends on what the medication is. Okay, so you can always have your doctor to fill out a prior authorization form, and that's a form where the doctor will be explaining to the insurance company why the medication is prescribed and why you need the medication. Okay, you would send that in, and then to your insurance company, and then normally it takes anywhere between 30 to 60 days for you to know if it's going to be approved. Now, if the medication is declined for payment by the insurance company because of step therapy, there may be a lower generic medication that they want you to try first to see if that works before they will pay for the higher costing medication. It may be that there is a mandatory generic to the medication that your doctor is prescribing that they will pay for, and they won't pay for that brand name. So they may tell you that you need to, the doctor needs to prescribe you the generic. They'll pay for the generic. They won't pay for the brand name. Now, if that is something that you run into, if your doctor writes a prior authorization and explains why they only want to prescribe the brand, then it may get approved. Okay, some medications are mandatory mail order, and so that means that you won't be able to just go into a pharmacy and pick that up. It will have to come to you via the mail, and that's mostly things like basic, like for chronic conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, things that you're going to be taking for years because you do have a chronic condition. So mandatory mail order kind of would apply to those type of medications. And then there is controlled substances. If it's a controlled substance, you won't be able to get that mail order. Controlled substances you do have to pick up from a pharmacist. So you have to actually physically go to the pharmacy to pick that up. And they normally only prescribe 30-day allotments of that. And so you have to, every day you have to actually go in and pick it up. Have a script, go in and pick it up. They won't prescribe you more than 30 days worth of the medication. Okay. And so that is pretty much it when it comes to understanding the formulary. So I hope you found value in this video. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe so that you get notifications when I do upload a new video. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And remember that together we can close the coverage gap in healthcare for Black Americans.